Hey, you, do me a favor, subscribe to this channel.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I've got a great guest on the air tonight. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your band.
Hello, I am Gareth, and I attempt vocals for Human Nebula.
Just off the bat, how does it feel to be the nicest fucking vocalist in the industry?
Oh wow! Thanks for that puss hard question, Hardy. Wow, come out the gate swinging. Um, First of all, thank you. I would actually argue the same. You and Diverted Disorder are just some of the nicest people to work with and to hang out with. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't aware. Thank you for that. Fuck me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen you. I saw you pissed once. Well, I might have seen you pissed once.
On beer.
But I don't think I've ever seen you in like a position where I think like, whoa, what's going on with this guy? You're always like, no matter what happens, you're just so chilled and just like fucking doing the thing. And definitely one of the most fucking brutal vocalists, like literally top like two, I would say. Um, and yeah, just like so humble. So yeah, thank you so much for fucking all you do for the music industry.
Oh, dude, thank you for saying so. Like I said, man, same can be said about you guys. You and I have known each other for quite some time, and I always love hanging out with you. And yeah, there's a lot of cool cats in the industry now as well, which I'm also pretty grateful. I don't know if you remember, but yeah, like a couple years ago, it wasn't always the case. Talking about like early tempos days, and what was that club called? The Black Dahlia Murder nightclub, whatever. I don't know if you ever gigged there or anything.
Yeah, the Black Dahlia, I remember.
The Black Dahlia, right? Yeah, that place was a fucking hole, but it was our hole. But yeah, I remember maybe it was just my own personal experience, but the bands swinging around back then, for sure, not all of them, but it was really, really hard, or maybe just for me, to approach some of the artists back there just to tell them, like, hey, I think you're cool. Even that was difficult.
So actually, we were having a conversation about it last night, and I'll get into the questions about your band just now. But we were having a chat about that exact era last night, and we were saying like how in like today's scene, let's call it today's scene, like everyone kind of became like a family. So I think it's not a thing about my band is competing against your band or my band is competing against their band as much as it used to be, like in 2012, 2013, like let's call it the golden days. I think it was a lot harder to like fit in because everyone was like, if you're not extreme death metal, you're not a real band. If you're not this, you're not a real band. If you're not metalcore,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was like a very cucked time. Well, I think it created, it definitely casted the foundation of what the South African scene is today.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not like that.
No, thank goodness. I'll tell you a very short story. I was living with this guy a couple years back, and he was the front man for one of those bands way back then, like 2010, 2011 era. And he just nonchalantly told me one time, "Oh, some kid tried to approach him, so he told the kid to fuck off, don't come near him." And I was like, "Dude, I think that was me." Because I remember getting told to fuck off at tempos after going up to a band. So yeah, man, it was hardcore. Nowadays, I feel like it's a lot nicer. There's much more mutual respect, and uh, yeah, it's just a much nicer community now. I feel anyway.
That is extremely brutal. So let's get to Wacken. You guys won the Sub-Saharan African Wacken Metal Battle, which was extremely exciting. That night, well, like you mentioned, we've been friends for a while. I've loved your band like forever, but there was something like just like that aura like around it, and I was saying to people as we were, so there's a very famous story of me being highly intoxicated at this show. I was saying to people, like, when people ask me, who do you think, like, before the show is going to win? And I said, I do think it's Human Nebula. And they asked me, how can you say that when there's so many good bands? And I said, yes. Without, like, feeling like I'm competing against Human Nebula, I think they have the energy and the stage presence with the music to make this happen. So representing Africa, I think, in my opinion, is the best band. Because obviously we had great bands on the lineup. Don't get me wrong, and I'm not dissing any of the other bands. I just felt like it was your time. And when you guys won, I was extremely proud because I felt like, I've been part of your journey. Like, I mean, how many heats have we competed against each other? Like, where you guys like won that heat and then you went to the finals, you didn't make it, and so I just felt proud because I really think it was deserved. Coming to you, when they announced your name, Human Nebula, you going to Wacken, what went through your head?
Oh man, it sort of felt very similar to like if I could describe it like this, a train filled with wild animals stampeding through my face. It was I was in total shock and disbelief, and I actually kind of remember I froze for a bit where when they said so, and I thought I'd misheard, and I just froze. And then when time sort of sped up again, there was this overwhelming feeling of excitement. But yeah, no, I was in complete disbelief. We had no idea. Like you said, we've all been doing this for so many years, so you sort of learn to never get your hopes up, you know. So we weren't expecting anything. There were bands that we thought were gonna take it, you know. Um, it was just crazy. It still doesn't feel real, and I think that's it might be a personality thing because nothing really hits me until I'm there, you know. So it was, yeah. But yeah, to sum it up, I was just in total disbelief. I will admit, because you're my pal, I almost broke down. I almost broke down. It's been a long road. Not only for us, but every band that competes. It's the stress and the pressure. It's very real. Someone else was asking me, like. What was it like on the night? Everyone was having such a good time and stuff, and I was like, well, yeah, everyone was having a good time, but the bands, um, probably even through the smiling and the cheering at the back of their head the whole time, it's this pressure of like. I don't want to be the guy to let my team down. I've got a thing ahead of me that I really, really need to nail. And yeah, it's a very, very serious situation, as I'm sure you know.
Like you said, it's a stressful experience, especially like I think that's maybe why I got so drunk because I was so stressed. This year, like I think the last few years, like I've been to every Wacken final. I feel that it has progressively been getting more inviting towards other bands, like from the band's point of view. So I think even though you have that sense of disappointment, like, oh, I didn't make it, I think people in the other bands, like even like the Fallen Prophets, fucking amazing band, like they were so supportive of the fact that you guys won, and that is why it's starting to feel more like a family and less like competing bands because we don't have that whole like anger towards each other as like it used to be. I think a few years back when Wacken started again, I think that little bit of like bad vibes was still lingering in the air. Where I feel now it's like a much better.
You know, with a lot of people who play in bands, they'll tell you that they don't like competitions, especially because our scene is so small and these days more closely knit. We all get along, to sort of step in the ring with your pals. It's not a good feeling. Personally, I don't like it, but at the same time, it is this door uh, of opportunity, and you can decide to make the most of it, or just be a good sport and go along for the ride. But yeah, yeah, yes. No, that night was heavy. It was heavy feels.
The energy was insane. So just before we get into your new single, I would just like to share one of my favorite memories. Well, not favorite, it's more like a crazy experience. So I remember 2024, we were playing the Wacken finals with you guys in Pretoria, and during our sets, the little fucking house dog Monica shat on the
Oh
stage.
yeah, yeah, I remember that.
I quite go hard and I like stomp around and I fucking run around and I fucking covered that stage. Shit. And I
I remember
remember
that. But I can't remember if someone told me, dude, I think that dog just shat on the stage. That same night, where were we that night?
railways.
Railways, yes. That dog bit Tim. So that dog is a motherfucker. Like I love dogs. We got a couple dogs, but that dog is an evil motherfucker. I mean, he bit fucking Tim. He shat on the stage, and yes, Tim was like fucking rolling in it, and he's like, "No, I gotta get on this fucking stage. There's dog shit everywhere." It's just, yeah, man.
I would never forget your face. Like I was busy packing up, and you guys came on, and I can't remember if it was you or Tim. Someone was like, "What the fuck is going on the stage?" It's like dog shit, fucking
Everywhere.
everywhere. It smells like death
Metal.
metal. My craziest memory of Human Nebula, just that like following that and still winning the battle.
Yes, this dude. Yeah, and you could smell it as well. Like off stage and on stage, you could smell it. Because even when we were watching you guys, you're like, yo, guys, uh, it's, at this point, it's spread like Marmite, so it's just everywhere.
It's especially tough when you're the vocalist, because you have to breathe and everything.
No, but that was a fun show, man.
That was one of yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite shows. I think that was so. Well, obviously we've been through a bit of a journey, and I think Wacken 2024 was kind of the turning point for us, where we started acting like a professional band and actually feeling like a professional band. So that show had a lot of sentimental value to me, and I think that's what Wacken is. Just the last thing on Wacken, it's so I spoke to people about this, and there's a lot of like conspiracies and people full of shit. But Wacken is an opportunity for your band, if you're not good enough, to get good enough. It's an opportunity for you. So for us, it's an opportunity to play with bands like Human Nebula, to play with the bigger boys like Sunken State or whatever the bands we were playing with at the time, and actually seeing the level that you need to be at to compete. And I think that is worth more than actually winning the competition.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more because when I moved here from Zimbabwe, in my neighborhood, I can confidently say I was the best guitarist. That just gives you an idea of how low the standard was, you know. And when my pal convinced me to come to SA and study music with him, I was like, oh, I got this in the bag. I I'm fucking hot shit and all of this. And man, did I probably learn the most valuable lesson in my life that A, I'm a piece of shit, and B, um, you never totally get there. You are just constantly leveling up and learning and growing and upgrading, but you'll never finish learning guitar. You'll never finish learning vocals. There's always something else that could be done or that can be expanded upon. So yeah, I totally agree. For me coming here, it was humbling, and it showed me that the competition is really up there. The bar is set really high, and you either roll with it, or you let it defeat you. And I feel like, yeah, Vaken did that for me a second time, and third and fourth and fifth and sixth. It just keeps showing you that, like, wow, to be on that standard, you really have to up your game. And it's good. It's good for people. It's good for all of us. I'm glad for Vaken for that, because as a whole, it's made our scene um unstoppable at this point.
Definitely, and on a global level, we are definitely up there. I want to get into your single, Pantheon of Faces. So I watched the music video after you sent it to me, and like it's brutal. I'm a person that really likes poetry, and so I have my own take on the whole music video, like this guy being beaten, and at the end of the music video, it's him like beating himself up. So tell me about the title, and then dive a little bit, not too much because an artistic interpretation is a big thing, but dive a little bit into the music video and the idea behind the whole visual effect of the music video.
The song is loosely about, I mean, you pretty much nailed it there. It's all about identifying that part of yourself that is maybe toxic or holding you back from reaching your full potential, and it's about just killing that negative part of yourself. Same can be said if you see it in someone else. If someone is maybe holding you back, and you don't know what you're doing with this person, to eventually cut them out of your life. Yeah, so yeah, a little bit of I suppose, some Fight Clubness in that analogy. The sort of like the different personalities that we tend to have. I actually got the idea uh, for the song from two places. The first one being a saying that goes something along the lines of, "We all wear three masks, one for public, one for loved ones, and then one we have for ourselves in private." Right? And then the part B to the inspiration of the song was, Marty and I went to go see a seminar with Mickey Pistorius, who is one of the world's top criminal profilers from SA. And she just said something that stuck with me. She said, "You, as an intelligent serial killer, will never outsmart 30 intelligent detectives whose sole goal is to catch you." And that just made me think that people who are disingenuous or wear different personalities around different people or in different social settings, um, the people around you are probably just as clever, if not even more, and more perceptive than you may think. So sometimes you might think you've got people fooled, you know, and in the meantime, you just look like a giant douchebag to a large number of people. So yeah, that's pretty much what the song is about. Just killing that part of yourself that may be toxic to you, or identifying it in someone else who's maybe holding you back and maybe saying, like, look, this relationship needs to end.
That's very interesting. I think, especially in modern times, it's a very big topic, and I think there's a lot of those people. I also think sometimes that people can't help themselves. So I feel, in my personal opinion, that certain people have the tendency to, like you say, have all these masks that they wear because of their own like past trauma or whatever. So they don't realize they're toxic. And the sad part about it is like sometimes you feel like you need to help these people, but they kind of drag you down while you're trying to help them. And the best thing to do sometimes is just to be like, you know what, like you have to be free, because if you are attached to me, then I am drowning with you. So I need to set you free so that I can survive. It's very deep and very intelligent. And also, it also gives me a perspective of like what your band is about. Um, because I know you guys were like very like much, because of past conversations, influenced by like bands like Veil of Maya and a little bit of like Born of Osiris, technical like deathcore, death metal. But this song kind of has like a bit of a different vibe to it, and it's still very much Human Nebula, like it's still very much in the vibe, but it feels a lot more raw, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It feels like it's much more from the soul. So I think it's a good direction to go, and I love the poetry behind it. Like the poetry, like for me, that's the first thing. I feel like a lot of bands. I don't think a lot of our friends' bands, but a lot of bands have such a narrative way, narrow mindset way of writing music. And I love the whole Human Nebula vibe, because you guys have always had these like extremely deep and hard topics, and it's actually intelligent topics. It's not just something that you would like, write down. And that's especially what makes me a fan. Sorry, I'm just a fangirling most of this podcast. But anyway,
Thanks for that, dude. I think my mom would disagree with you. But no, I really appreciate that, you know. Um the irony of the topic of the song is also not lost on me, because I also think in the early days, you know, I wanted to people please, and for sure you follow your inspirations when you're starting out, so you mimic a lot of the things they do, the way they say things, and after doing this for so many years, I also thought, you know, maybe it's just time to be myself, you know. But yeah, thank you for picking up on that, man. That really means a lot.
tell me the difference between the song on studio and live. Like in my personal opinion, it's pretty close. But what are some of the challenges of the song versus live versus studio? And what are parts that you find difficult to like keep the pace going?
Well, uh, you're also a vocalist, so I'm sure you'll be able to resonate with me on this. It's delivering it as well as you did in studio. Also, in parts there are layers, which obviously you can't do live unless someone does backing vocals with you, or if you have a backing track, or with a vocal layer and in ears, which I don't have. I really should get on top of that. But delivering it live, I think the whole aspect of a live performance, it's much more energetic, you know. So you're not in a cushy padded room where you just have to stand there and open your mouth. You know, you're throwing your arms and legs around, you're head banging, you're jumping up and down, running all over the place, and doing that and being able to deliver what you did in a very orchestrated setting, is very, very hard. Yeah, so I don't think, you know, even when I watch bands live, I never expect it to sound like the recording, and I don't want it to, you know. I do like hearing that raw, gritty, unpolished aspect of a band, because to me it makes it more human and relatable.
No, definitely. I must admit, and I've said this to you multiple times. I'm definitely that drunk guy at the shows that like just fangirls over my favorite bands. But I feel that you are one of the vocalists, as a frontman, definitely one of the best. But you don't lose stamina. Where as a vocalist myself, um, especially as a guitarist vocalist, I had difficulty like combining everything and not run out of stamina. So now that I'm just more of a guitarist than a vocalist, I must admit I do enjoy it a lot more, and I feel that I have a lot bigger range with my vocals because I'm not that tired all the time. So yeah, I think definitely like you've got something going. It's like just pure fucking anger. There's one vocalist I just need to mention, and you probably also think he's fucking amazing, and that's Dwayne.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I have a lot of respect for you because you're crazy, but I have a personal experience with Dwayne where when Gast was touring, Dwayne was falling in for Gast because Gracie's overseas, whatever. And this guy had no practice. He didn't practice. The one practice he had, I was there, and he didn't really do much. And just like watching this guy without any like practice, well, he probably practiced, but he didn't practice with the band. Just like extremely hitting everything perfectly. And I was looking at it. I was preparing for like weeks, and I did one song, and like he did a whole set, and he did it perfectly. What I'm getting at is like the talent that this fucking country has. I mean, two vocalists, both from fucking Pretoria. Maybe I was moved to Pretoria, drink the water or something. It's something that, like, on an international level, people would not expect from an African country. And like my mind is fucking blown every time. Tim, I mean fucking Tim. What the fuck is that guy even? Let's fucking talk about Tim. Like, what is he doing?
Dude, I don't know, man. He bloomed in Nigel for just too many years, bro. There is fuck all in that town. I want to say it's a one horse town, but I'm not even convinced there are any horses or any wildlife. There's fucking nothing to do there except jam guitar, and that's all he did. Yeah, and you know what? Something I've never could never wrap my mind around is how the fuck does Dwayne smash, you know, just a massive fucking joint and then get up there and totally crush it because, the cotton mouth and everything, it fucks with me so hard. So the man is a true beast. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it, and he has such a big bag of tricks to pull from. You can do the lows, the highs, and everything else that exists in between. Yeah, the man is a legend. I remember catching you and Dwayne and Gast at, I think it was Bailey's. It was mental, man. Mental.
It was probably one of the most intimidating things I've ever done in my life. I got laryngitis Thursday night. I had to perform Friday and I had to perform Saturday. So I had fucking laryngitis a day before the fucking tour started. And then, like, now I'm sitting with fucking Dwayne, and we're like Thursday night, like, I'm starting, my throat's fucking burning. I can't fucking speak properly. And here's Dwayne, and like, it's my cue, and I miss it. Like, I don't know what happened. I just fucking missed it. And like I'm trying to like catch up and I'm not catching up and I'm missing the fucking timing and everything. And like I'm expecting Dwayne to go like what the fuck are you doing? Are you a fucking amateur? And Dwayne turns to me, he's like, bro, you'll get your time. We'll do it a second time. Calm down. It wasn't that bad. And like I'm standing outside and I'm beating myself up. I'm like, I'm a fuck up. I'm not a real vocalist. This is bullshit. Why did I do this? And then the second time goes, and he just gives me like a tap on the shoulder to like signal go. And like I went, and it happened. That persona is what I feel the bigger bands like you do. Like you guys are so like humble. Like you've got these extreme talented musicians, but no one is like back in the day were like sitting on their throne going like fuck all the kids trying to be in bands, fuck them. Like you've always, especially Human Nebula. I remember when I started Hardman Productions, I was like very amateur and I tried to figure things out and very new. Like you were one of the first bigger bands that went like, you know what, we've got you. Like, do the show, we've got you. Don't worry about fucking money. Don't worry about fucking this. We've got you. And I mean the fucking barnyard shows and everything. And that's what I love about this community. It's gotten to such a point where like literally it feels like it's a family.
Yeah, it really does. It really, really does. I mean, I really have to burst a vein to try and think of someone who is maybe difficult. You know, it just doesn't come to one naturally. No, I feel like the scene is in a very, very healthy place right now, and we just need to keep this momentum going and encourage the kids out there to fucking, hey, like, get up here. You know, we can't do this forever either, and we're gonna need some fresh blood in the mix at some point. So yeah, man, I think it's good. I think it's very healthy.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And you guys must fucking kill it at Wacken. Definitely gonna be watching on the live stream. If there's anything you would like to add, you can do so.
Oh no, thanks for having me on the show, dude. It's always fucking awesome catching up with you, dude. I'm so happy you brought up the 2024 show, man. That was a good time. Um yeah, everyone, thank you for listening in. And if you would like to be a part of this journey with us, you can donate to our backup buddy. No matter how big or small it may be, you'll be entered into a raffle every Sunday night at 6 and Thursday at 7 to win awesome prizes. And there are some really, really sick fucking prizes. And even if you're not in a position where you're able to donate, sharing goes a long way. And yeah, just thank you so much to everyone that has helped us get this far. It really, 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 I can't stress this enough, means a lot. And thank you to you, Hardy, for having me on the show and just being such an awesome pal all these years. I hope we keep continue making music together for many years to come, my dude.
Definitely. And Road to Wacken at Rumors Lounge next week, the 11th of July. See you guys there. Human Nebula, Divert to Disorder, Walk These Skies, and Marshmallow. It's gonna fucking kill the place. Let's get fucking Human Nebula to fucking Germany. Until next time, I've been Hardman.